Lois and Bill. And this is my letter to Mimi and Bubba. If you've heard it before, I'm sorry, but I'd like to say it again.
She started off every year.
Yay! Okay. My letter to Mimi and Bubba. I wish I could see the look on your face as you look down upon us in this magical place. Your son and your daughters, they carried the torch. The one that they passed you from that swing on the porch. What they've accomplished, you must be so proud. 5 generations now make up this crowd. There's Cressies and Clappers, Alexanders galore, Sasalkas, Bledsoes, Israels and more. There's in-laws and outlaws and friends in the batch that make up a family that no one can match. These Lachino Islands are a great place to be, but what makes them so special is this family. We come from afar to all congregate here for boating and bonfires and, yeah, maybe some beer. It all started in your Hudson you took from the garage and drove 15 hours to the Tamarack Lodge. The locals all thought it was such a novelty, you paddling around in your SS Poverty. I'll explain it. We all sat around drinking water from a jug, then had to tinkle in that old thunder mug. We all took a bath in the lake with some suds, then headed to the Bon Air for our first Jersey mutts. From that day forward, this town's not the same. Hell, the Cedarville Bar has even taken your name. We know you're in heaven, probably taking communion, but we know you're all here at our Cressy reunion. P.S. The lodge is still standing, though needs some attention. It's where I feel your presence goes without mention. Now, I left out 2 lines, didn't I? But if I could just, for you youngsters out there, explain a few things about that poem. Starting with the swing on the porch. Oh, yeah. Everybody who has swung on that porch knows what it did. It was magic. You would sit on that porch, look out over Shepherd's Bay, and you didn't have any bills, you didn't have any problems, you weren't flunking out of college. Not that I know about that, but it was magical. Then I talk about, for you youngsters, that Bumpa got in his Hudson. You all know what a Hudson is, you youngsters? It's an automobile, and Bumpa had a Hudson dealership down in Detroit before the Depression. Right on Jefferson Avenue, right across from the GM building right now. Yeah. And I said it took 15 hours, right? Because we didn't have I-75. And we would all kind of circle our wagons. And no, they weren't covered wagons. They station wagons. Everybody had a station wagon. And we'd circle on up and we'd stop at rest areas that were a picnic table and an outhouse. And we'd eat probably sandwiches that all our moms and dads made. And we'd have to stop every now and then because one of the aunts would have to have a baby. That probably didn't happen, but I'm surprised that it didn't. Then we would get to Mackinac City, and there was no bridge, so we'd have to swim across. No, we wouldn't. We'd have to get onto a ferry boat and get off the ferry boat onto dirt roads, traveling forever. Okay, so that was our 15-hour trip. When we talk about drinking water from a jug, you guys don't know what it's like to not have bottled water, not have running water, every morning, somebody would have to drive into town to 134 and Meridian Road. There was a gas station there, it's not there anymore, with our big jugs they were aluminum jugs filled with water every morning. That's what we would drink. And then taking a bath in the lake with suds, I can hear my mother or Aunt Georgia, as you get in the lake, I better see some suds when you're going to get out of the lake. That was it. And then we would come to the Bon Air. You all saw the memorial for the Bon Air. The Bon Air is what you guys go to now, the Cedarville pantry. The Bon Air would sell everything. Every year I would get me a new slingshot, things like that. But you could buy anything you wanted at the Bon Air. And that was the greatest thing. Then I want to talk about the cabin itself. Or as my son, some people call it a cabin, some people call it the cottage. Or if you're my son, you call it the cabbage. But if you youngsters have not gone to down there, and yeah, be careful, don't walk underneath the bridge anymore. I still do. Every year I go down there because every board in that cabin has a story to tell about somebody in this room. Us old folks in this room I'm talking about. So it's magical to me. Every time I come here, I go there just to see that. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm sorry, somebody asked what the SS Poverty was.
Yeah, the Thunder Mug.
I had the Thunder Mug. Okay, the SS Poverty was a green wood slat boat.
Oh, yeah.
And every winter, when it'd stay on the porch. When you got there the first time, you put it in the water and it immediately sunk. But you wait about 45 minutes, dump the water out, and it would float because the wood would swell up. But you dare not go out in the SS Poverty without a coffee can. Thank you. Because one person rowed and one person. The Thunder Mug. What is the Thunder Mug? The Thunder Mug. Yeah, it was a porcelain jug with a top, and you would either pee or some people would do other in it. And you had that choice at night, or you had the choice of going out to the outhouse.
Two-seater.
Now,
Yeah, two-seater.
some of my older cousins, when I was very young, told me, well, you know, we'd have more cousins if that bear hadn't eaten a couple of them. So you would probably choose the Thunder Mug rather than going out to the outhouse. Anyway, thanks.